In the swirling smoke of 20th-century revolution, one face became a global symbol of defiance, rebellion, and radical change: Che Guevara. His image, immortalized on posters, shirts, and murals, is instantly recognizable. But behind that iconic stare lies a complex story of a man driven by ideology, hardened by war, and forever marked by controversy. This is the story of Ernesto Che Guevara, the doctor who became a guerrilla fighter, a minister of revolution, and one of the most polarizing figures in modern history. Ernesto Guevara was born on June 14, 1928, in Rosario, Argentina, into a middle-class family. A severe asthma condition plagued him from childhood, but it never broke his adventurous spirit. He studied medicine at the University of Buenos Aires, but it was a fateful journey through Latin America in his early 20s that would change his life forever. Riding a motorbike through Argentina, Chile, Peru, Colombia, and Venezuela, he witnessed firsthand the poverty, injustice, and inequality plaguing the continent. By the time he returned, he was no longer just a medical student, he was a revolutionary in the making. In 1955, while in Mexico City, Guevara met Fidel Castro, a Cuban exile planning to overthrow the dictatorship of Fulgencio Batista in Cuba. Guevara quickly joined the 26th of July movement as the group's doctor, but he would soon prove to be far more than that. In 1956, Che landed on Cuban shores with Fidel and a small band of revolutionaries. For the next 2 years, they waged a guerrilla war in the Sierra Maestra Mountains. Che proved to be a ruthless and committed fighter. He earned a reputation for discipline, and for ordering executions of traitors and deserters without hesitation. When the revolution triumphed in January 1959, Che Guevara entered Havana not as a doctor, but as a war hero and a true commander. With Batista overthrown, Fidel Castro became Cuba's prime minister, and Che took on powerful roles in the new government. He was appointed Minister of Industry, President of the National Bank, and a key voice in shaping Cuba's socialist economy. He promoted land reform, literacy programs, and universal healthcare. However, he lacked experience in economics, and his push toward rapid industrialization and central planning led to economic struggles. Meanwhile, Che remained fiercely anti-capitalist and anti-American. He aligned Cuba with the Soviet Union and supported revolutionary movements across the globe. By 1965, Che vanished from public life. Secretly, he had left Cuba to export revolution elsewhere, first to the Congo, where he attempted to support leftist rebels. The mission failed miserably due to disorganization, lack of support, and cultural misunderstandings. Undeterred, Che next turned to Bolivia. In 1966, he entered the country under a false identity to start another guerrilla war. But Bolivia was not Cuba. The terrain was unfamiliar. The locals were not supportive. U.S. intelligence and the CIA aided the Bolivian government in tracking him down. On October 8, 1967, in the Bolivian jungle, Che Guevara was captured by the Bolivian army. Wounded and outnumbered, he was taken to a schoolhouse in the village of La Higuera. The next day, on October 9, under orders from the Bolivian government and with CIA consultation, Che Guevara was executed. Before his death, Che reportedly said to his executioner, "Shoot, coward. You are only going to kill a man." His hands were cut off for identification. His body was buried in an unmarked grave, not discovered until 1997. Che Guevara's legacy is deeply polarizing. To some, he is a hero of the oppressed, a man who sacrificed comfort and privilege to fight for justice, freedom, and equality. His image became a global icon of revolution, worn by activists, students, and dreamers. To others, he was a dogmatic, violent Marxist who believed in authoritarian control, endorsed executions, and suppressed dissent. His writings on guerrilla warfare remain influential. His face, especially in the famous Alberto Corta photograph, became a symbol far removed from the man's actual beliefs or deeds. Che Guevara lived, and died, by a single unyielding belief, that revolution was not only necessary but moral. He was willing to kill for it. He was willing to die for it. Whether you view him as a freedom fighter or a fanatical ideologue, there's no denying Che Guevara's impact on history. He remains a potent figure in global political culture, his life an eternal debate between idealism and extremism, freedom and control, vision and violence. The revolution is not an apple that falls when it is ripe. You have to make it fall. Che Guevara.